welcome back to another edition of Running with James. We are back again with another shoe review. Today we're going to be talking about a daily trainer from New Balance. So if you're new to the channel, please take a moment to like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to let you know all things running with James. Now, we're talking about the 1080 V12, and by the end of the video, you're going to know whether we think this is something you just got to have or maybe something you should skip. All right, guys, if you have been watching for a while, you know how we do this. We start with the upper, we talk about the midsole, we talk about the outsole, our likes and dislikes, and everything in between. So today we want to start out with the upper. That's the top part of the shoe, the material of the shoe. Now, this particular shoe is what they call the Hypo Knit upper. It's an engineered mesh upper that's supposed to have like stretch and plenty of support. Now, you don't actually have any overlays. Like a lot of the times you'll have plenty of overlays that offers additional support, but even with the stretch, it does have stretch. Even with the stretch, the material itself is substantial enough that it gives you plenty of support. Didn't find myself slipping around or feeling like I was going to break my ankle or anything like that. It does have some overlays on the heel counter, which does offer additional support. And this is a substantial heel counter back over here. This thing is pretty solid. You can tell it doesn't really bend at all. It does have a nice little pocket that your heel slides into. So I had zero issues with like getting a lockdown fit in the shoe. It has a standard lacing system and an attached tongue. So I think for the most part, when it comes to the construction of this upper, they nailed the fit of this upper. The tongue is a very nice tongue, so it's not like super plush, so it's not super thick. It has just, I feel like just the right amount of padding. So when you lace it up, you don't feel any kind of pressure points or hot spots against the top of your foot. And so you're able to get in a really good fit. Now, as far as the toe box and as far as the height or the depth of the shoe, I did find that the toe box was pretty big, right? So it had some plenty of room in there for your toes, but it's kind of a wider stance foot. So the good thing about New Balance is they actually make a wide shoe, right? So you can order a medium and a wide as well. So this had more than enough room in the toe box to fit the shoe. Now, I probably could have gone down about a half a size in this shoe. I mean, it didn't slip, I didn't feel any hot spots or anything, but just kind of those, if you're kind of in between sizes or you're unsure, you may actually be able to go down to a half a size. This is a 10 and a half. I ordered a 10 and a half, so I'm sticking with it, but I probably could have done a 10 and had a little bit better, a little more snug fit, right? And maybe it's just I'm getting more used to like wearing race shoes so much that I'm getting more comfortable with the tighter fit. So, but it was a comfortable shoe, so I really dug the upper of the foot, the shoe. Little substantial, it's kind of hot. I'm not gonna say it's a cool, it's definitely not like super thin. And at like 10.3 ounces, that's kind of heavy for a daily trainer. But overall, I'm gonna say I like the upper of the shoe. All right, now let's dive into that midsole. In my opinion, the midsole is probably the most important part of the shoe. Doesn't matter how comfortable the upper is. I mean, obviously you need a comfortable upper, but it doesn't matter how cool it is and how lightweight it is. If you don't have the balance, if you don't have the cush, what's the point of the shoe, right? So New Balance 1080V is using their Fresh Foam X. Now, apparently the X makes it extra special as opposed to the original Fresh Foam. I've tried both of them. Honestly, my personal opinion, okay? What do I know? I didn't notice a big difference between the two. So it actually has the Fresh Foam X, which is, you know, they're more plush, a little more cushiony foam. Now, there was plenty of bounce as far as like cushion. So when you go out and run, especially the first time I ran, I was like, okay, this is soft, this is nice, this is comfortable. I will say I didn't feel like it had a bunch of pop, right? So I've picked up the paces. Now, I haven't gone like full out. I've done some marathon paces in it. I've done some half marathon paces in it. 6:30, 6:45 pace. So I didn't really feel like it was like giving me a lot of help, but I mean, you could definitely run faster in the shoe, right? But it was great as a nice daily, like just to get miles in. I mean, if you have, you know, your easy days when you're going out and getting your recovery runs, or if you're just getting your junk miles in, whatever it may be, if it's just a run where you're going out and running, I think that the foam for this shoe works exactly the way it should. Now, the stack height is, I think it's 36 millimeters in the heel and 28 millimeters in the forefoot. So that gives us an 8 millimeter drop. I like that drop. So doesn't put a lot of pressure on your Achilles, doesn't really beat your feet up at all. So I think all in all, the foam is good, right? So the Fresh Foam is not my favorite. I actually really like, as far as the New Balance foams, I like the fuel cell foam. I think it's like like has more bounce to it, right? A little more cushion. It's definitely a livelier foam, so it's a little more fun foam. But It's a daily trainer. It's meant to put miles on it, and I think you're gonna be able to get a lot of miles because the foam, the midsole, will last you a good amount of time. So I think it's a good thumbs up for that Fresh Foam X. All right, guys, what is our verdict for the New Balance 1080 V12? Well, it is a little bit of a heavy shoe, probably a little heavier than I would like for a daily trainer. It has a very comfortable upper. It's fairly breathable. I mean, it's not like the most breathable shoe. It's definitely got some substantialness to the top of that shoe. And the fit of it though is great. Love the tongue, love the attached tongue. The heel lockdown is great. The foam is good, right? It's not like the best foam known to man. It's just good, right? It gets the job done. And it does what a daily trainer can do, right? It means you can run a little bit faster if you want to. You can run long miles. You can run shorter miles, junk miles, recovery miles. So it is a daily trainer in every sense of the word. If you can only have one type of shoe, this would be the type of shoe that you would probably put into your actual rotation, right? That doesn't make any sense. If you only have one shoe, why would you need a rotation? But it's the type of shoe that you could pretty much do almost every run in and be just fine, right? The outsole does what it's supposed to do. It sticks to the ground, right? So there's nothing exciting about this shoe, right? So just be straightforward, and maybe that's the problem with shoes today is, you know, either they're full of technology and they're so cool and so amazing they make you feel fast, or they're just a shoe, right? And I would probably put the Fresh Foam X, the 1080 V12 for me in that category, where it's a good shoe at a good price. I believe it's like $159 or so, and you can probably find cheaper versions. But they really haven't updated the shoe really all that much from the last couple versions. So, you know, you could probably save yourself 30, 40, 50 bucks even and buy, you know, the V11 or the V10 and probably like that. Now, I think the heel counter is a little bit different on the V10, but you could probably buy like last year's version and not notice a difference, save the money and get the same style of shoe, right? So, you know, overall, it's a good shoe. Am I excited about the shoe? No. Are there other shoes I like running in better? Yes. Are there other shoes I'm probably gonna run in? Yes. Am I probably gonna wear this shoe anymore? Nah. If I forget my other shoes, probably I'll put it on, right? So for us, I would say the New Balance 1080 V12 is something you could just sleep on. If you like New Balance, you'll probably like this. But if not, there's probably better shoes out there. All right, guys, that is our review for the day. I wanna know, what shoe are you excited about right now? Comment below. I know I just said I wasn't excited about this shoe, and it's a good shoe, don't get me wrong. It's a great shoe, it works just fine, but it doesn't excite me. But I wanna know, what shoes are you excited about, whether it's new. There's all kinds of new shoes that look like they're about to start dropping. They've been promising them all year, so they're finally about to arrive. A little late in the year, you think, right? We just got one, like, dude, it's like, what, 1.5 months, 6 weeks left in this year. So what are you excited about? Or maybe it's a shoe you've already been running that you're super excited about. Comment down below, let us know. And if you haven't done so, please like, subscribe, share, let your mama know, let your cousins know, let your friends, cousin, brother's former roommate, whoever it is, let them know about Running with James. We want to build this community. We need your help to do so. And then, if you haven't done this, you're missing out. Every other week, we drop a new episode of our podcast, the Running with James podcast. I'm joined by my co-hosts, Lauren and Rocky. We have a great time. We have celebrity guests from time to time. We talk running technique. We talk training. We talk life. We tell stories. We have a great time. So check it out. It's a great listen. It's a lot of fun. I think you'd enjoy it. It's just like running with us. It would be like you literally running with James and Lauren and Rocky, right? So thanks again for coming, guys. We'll catch you out next week. Remember, when you change your mind, change your life.